Hey guys, this is Gene at DNS Bait, and this is current as of Friday, March 3rd. This is the last weekend of the game fishing season here on the inland lakes, so I expect there'll be quite a few guys out trying to get their last chance to pick up some northern or walleye on the local chain here. The ice seems to be holding out. We did lose quite a bit of ice that last week when it got so warm, but the shorelines at the moment are holding up for the most part. That's not to say that there aren't some tricky areas around, because I'm sure there are. But they are still getting on the ice in most of the area here. Up here on Lake Mendota, they're still kind of going off Governor's Island. There's on the north side of Governor's Island, there's some thin ice in that area. The guys had a couple of problems there the other day pulling a shack in there. But otherwise, they're still getting out off Governor's Island. There were some guys on Dunn's Bar last night chasing some walleyes yet. Still some guys have been catfishing out on the lake to the west of Governor's Island, out in that 20, 30 foot of water or so out on that break towards Four Doors, but closer to Governor's Island, but out that way. No bluegill action or perch action to speak of on Lake Mendota. Lake Monona is still producing some bluegills over in Monona Bay, Turville, Monona Bay, and the Triangle. I heard yesterday there were quite a few guys on the Triangle, less guys on Monona Bay. There was a couple of guys over in Turville Bay, and there's still a couple of guys poking around parts of Squaw Bay by the pump station, although some of that has turned into open water where the river channel flows through Squaw Bay, but they were still on the ice with a pump station there. So obviously you want to be using caution this weekend wherever you go, but they are still getting on the ice here. Lake Wabeesa, I didn't hear anything in Lake Farm Park. There are still some guys crappie fishing out in the main basin down in the south half of the lake, and they are having some success down there. Seems like you got to figure out every day what it is they want, but when you do, they seem to cooperate a little bit, and they are nice sized crappies in that 10 to 12 inch range. As far as north of town, Wisconsin River, I've heard some open water up by Tipperary Point. Some guys putting boats in up there looking for some walleyes and saugers. I haven't heard the reports of whether they're getting them or not. I just heard there's got boats in the water there. They've got boats in the water down at Prairie du Sac below the dam. There's guys fishing from shore there. Again, they're looking for some walleye and sauger action, and this is the time of the year that starts to happen. Other ice conditions around the area, I don't really have a grasp of. Rock Lake, Beaver Dam, Fox Lake. I know some of the landings were getting a little rough over there last weekend. Up at Crystal Lake and Fish Lake, I know there were still some guys fishing up there this week. Action's been a little slow. And then up on Lake Wisconsin, up by Oki, there's been some crappie action up in there. But again, you're going to want to use some caution when you're getting out on the lake this weekend, because some of that ice is not as good as it was a little bit earlier. That's about all I have for you right now. You can check us out on Facebook at DNS Bait and Tackle. And these reports will be posted there on our phone and also on our website. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys. Bye.